My name is Enyinnaya Abaribe. I represent Abia South. Thank you, our dear leader, for exposing everything about the state police. Mr. President, I used to be one of those that is against state police. Mark my words, I used to be. But today, we know that we have very serious insecurity problem that can only be solved by thinking outside the box. And I think that this is part of it. But our issue on this is actually what goes into the Police Act. It's not really the amendment of the Constitution, because you can amend the Constitution, but then in the Act, matters of usage of the police is where most Nigerians are bothered about. The mover of the lead debate has said that those things will be taken care of. I think that as part of what we will also pass today is also to make sure that in those aspects of the Constitution, because I've seen 2 or 3 where it says that the president will merely write a letter and take over, or merely write a letter to no, we think that not just the president, but that power must also be shared with the National Assembly and the Senate in particular, just like we have done in state of emergency. Because we cannot have a situation where the president just looks at a state, maybe he's not in good terms with the governor, and decide that he will take it over. How would you go against that? So I think that we should look very much into that. The second and the last part of what I will look into is the question of funding. Today, we are aware that states have far more funding than before. But we also had a time in which states didn't have as much money, which means that he who pays the piper will also dictate the tune. So what we will have to ensure that we go into the act is that funds that we go to the state police commission must be guaranteed by the Constitution and go directly to the commission, so that what we're seeing today with regard to local government funds, we don't have to see it with the police, because if we do that, then for people like us who come from the southeast, where in 2 or 3 kilometers you see 10 checkpoints, you will now have 100 checkpoints by state people who will have to fend for themselves if they don't have the requisite funding. I support this bill, and I ask my colleagues to please also support it, provided we put the safeguards that we guarantee each Nigerian his rights. Thank you, Mr. President.